Coming over, I think it's a month and a half now. Just how good does it feel, first of all, and what can you say about the way you guys handled tonight's game?
It's definitely good for our confidence in our group, and I thought at times on that road trip we played some really good games, but we didn't finish it the way that we wanted to in Toronto. So having to bounce back a few games like we have, I thought Dallas wasn't a great game, but tonight and Boston were two really good games for us, for our whole team. So it's definitely good to get it rolling a little bit at home and get some confidence back.
I know you guys went up 3-1 on them, but was there an onus to keep the pedal to the metal? They had a bit of a pushback, I think, in the second, but was that the mindset?
Definitely, we know how hard-working of a team they are, and we got up early and we were able to hold that lead, but it wasn't that we took our foot off the gas at all, like you said. I mean, they came hard in the second, they came hard again in the third, and there was no let up from us at all. So it was really good to see.
3 in a row. It seems like things have kind of changed quickly in a short time and in a positive way.
Yeah, I mean, it just gives us more confidence. I mean, we've been playing some really good hockey early in the season and weren't getting the results, and now we've been getting those results. It definitely feels good. Like I said, it just gives some confidence to your group, and it makes you go out there and play even harder.
And make sure that, by the end of the year there's some important games in the mix there, and you never know what can happen when you stay within 4 or 5 points. You get on a roll, you get a hot goalie, you get a line that really gets going at the end of the year. It can be dangerous.
Do you think that you guys are learning to sort of function in that moment, like Todd's been wanting you to? Whether you talked about making decisions based on the situation you're in. Do you feel like you're getting better at that as a team?
Yeah, that was a pretty good third period for our team. Up 2 goals against a team that has showed that they can come back, late in games. So he challenged us, yesterday with some video clips on, how are we going to handle situations. The puck's on our stick. Are we going to go for that, extra play, or are we just going to play it safe sometimes and make the right play? And tonight was a really good, forward step for that.
Teddy joins you guys again after a couple games being on a different line. Just does it feel like you picked up where you kind of left off, where you guys were rolling a bit?
Yeah, we had a few chances tonight. I thought we had some time in our end, but for the most part we controlled that O'Reilly line 5-on-5, and that's just as important as the goal we scored. So got to keep going. It's nice to have Ted back, though.
You get secondary scoring when you get bottom 6 scoring, and we had a great play off the draw. Anton made a great play, and just happy to contribute to the win here.
You're not clever enough to really kick one in anyway, are you?
I mean, like this.
You're not a goal scorer.
You don't have the mental capacity to kick a puck, do you?
I guess not.
On purpose.
Yeah, well, I'll try to kick one in next time then, Jimmy. I'll see what happens.
Luke, you find yourselves. I mean, I think you're 3 points out, give or take a little bit here. Is it just a matter of trying to stay close here? And
To be honest, this might sound like a cliche thing, but we don't look at standings at all. Standings and stats, they don't come to us. We're not reading the media packs and all that. We're just trying to play literally one game at a time. And being at home is great for us, and we're getting contributions from a lot of guys. So it's nice that we're climbing and picking away here at the guys above us, and that's what we got to do here. 2 more games at home before we go on the road, and those are some big points as well.
Sorry that came out wrong.
Yeah,
we knew what you meant, Matty. Another win for your team. You feel like the ball is really rolling here nicely. I can imagine that feels good in here after what you've been through.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's nice to get on a little roll. We need that, and we need to continue on this path and to get more wins so we can get in the playoff race. And today, I think we played a pretty good game. We pretty much the only thing they had was on their power plays. They had a few power play, and then they have a very good power play. So that's where I felt they kind of got their momentum from. Other than that, I think we played a great game and battled hard, and it was nice for us to score some goals too.
Seems like we're asking you every night about your confidence and your game. I mean, is this as well as you played in some time, I would guess?
You know, it's hard to rank it. I'm trying, as I said before, I'm trying to stay in the present moment all the time and not look back too much and not get ahead of myself. So I felt all right today. Definitely not my best game. I think I could the first one I definitely want to have back. So, but it was nice to see after that first goal that how the team responded and how we bounced back and scored 3 unanswered goals right away. So that. Feels good as a goalie when you know you let in a weak one, but then you see your teammates really step up for you and score a few goals. So that was a nice feeling.
It seemed like you were talking about the penalty kill there, and it seemed like you were really dialed in on some of those point shots that they were taking. You seem to have an answer for everything.
Yeah, they got one there on the power play, unfortunately, but. Other than that, I think we battled hard, and our PK has been very, very good these past 3-4 games. So I think if we have a hard-working group of guys, and that really shows in the penalty kill for us.
Puck very much when I did. I was creating turnovers and didn't win. Wasn't disciplined enough with the puck where I should get it deep and just establish our game like that first. And we dug ourselves a hole, and it was tough to climb out of.
There seemed like a lot of outnumbered situations against you guys. A lot more turnovers than we've been seeing lately, weren't there?
Yeah, there was way too many turnovers. That was a big reason why we lost that one. We have to be better, especially on the road. We have to, again, establish that game, that north play, that simple play early.
I think you gave up 3 2-on-1s in the power play. I mean, what was happening there? You did score one finally, but still, you gave up a lot of outman out the other way. Yeah,
it wasn't a good night for us on the PP. It was, I don't know if we're just lazy or not, wanting to put in the work. It just, we have to be out there and use that opportunity to at least just outwork them, and we'll gain our opportunities. But it was frustrating, and we have to be better.
Hearing you guys off, hey, Joanne? I give you credit for coming back. When we're on a 3-game streak, I see a lot of you the other way. There he is.
Todd, what can you say about the way you guys came out to make it 3 straight? It seemed like you kept the foot on the throttle there.
Well, we tried to. We're still experiencing, trying to shut games down and close things out. The game tonight was. I don't know how to explain it. Players like to play with rhythm, and there was no rhythm in that game tonight. There was 75 face-offs. There was the 10-minute delay on whether it was a goal or not. It was scrambly, line matches, penalties. Never really found a rhythm, so I was glad our players stayed patient enough and stayed in the game. You could sense a little bit of frustration because they're used to going every 3, every 4 shifts. Sometimes it didn't happen for them tonight, so it was a hard game for us to play, and I'm glad we fought through it.
It could just be circumstance. For the last couple of games, it seems like your PK's been a little bit more aggressive, a few more shorthanded rushes than before. Is that just coincidence, or is that?
I think we haven't altered anything tactically or technically with the killers. They just feel more confident. We started the year really well penalty killing, and then took a dive for a while, but most of our penalty killers were hurt at that point. Now we've got them back, we're able to roll them out and feel better about that. In turn, our power play now, we've lost some key people, and we're giving some others an opportunity there, and we don't see real good numbers. But once we get our bodies back, we think we'll have two good units of special teams.
Todd, where do you stand on when your best player gets run by a guy who's got a little bit of a reputation as a predator and nothing happens, and later on when Nurse is on the ice, he at least tries to go over when a guy hits the Karen Kane? Does your team need more cohesiveness that regardless of who on the ice, someone at least has to say something to a predator when your best player gets hammered?
Well, I see your point, and I understand your point, and I think that's important for any type of team. You know, when you talk about the days of just dropping your gloves and running over and starting a brawl, they don't exist, and I'm not here to promote that one bit. I'm against that, personally. The fact that you go over and you speak to somebody is important. The opportunity that you get to maybe lay a lick on some of their skills, I think, also exists. And I think you saw that throughout the night. They had a real young player that's a tremendously talented player. You know, he got hit a couple times tonight. So the game is changing. The presentation of the game is changing. The rules are changing. I think you're dead on, Jason. I think it's a little bit different from probably when you and I played. But we do need to have that. I thought we responded well later on in the game, again with Darnell. But I also thought we responded physically against some of their skill at some points during the night.
Todd, are you finding a difference now, down a goal with your team, knowing that it's not going to get to 2, not going to get to 3 with the way Nielsen is playing? Does that change the general countenance among your players on the bench?
We talk about confidence. From the crease out is the best way, and right now we have that. He feels good when he's in there, and I can tell you that the 23 guys, even the ones that weren't dressed tonight, feel good from the crease out. They feel good about him. They believe he'll make that save when we make mistakes, and we're not going to be perfect. So again, tonight he made some big saves when we needed them. We got him some run support, and we all get a win, so that's real good for us.
Todd, is Justin Schultz getting back to the player he was before the injury? He looked like today he was really
Yeah, he looked better today, didn't he? I thought last game too. The first two he was feeling his way through again, and anytime you have that type of injury, I'm not sure you're all in right away. I think he's starting to feel like he's all in.
I know you limited his minutes when you first came back, I guess. Do you have that communication with the player and say, how far can you play now, or you can
No, not necessarily. I think just like the players' actions dictate what we do, sometimes it's the other way around. And, he's with Clough now. Feels good about that. That's where he wants to play. If you can, if he knocked on the door and said, I'd like to play with somebody, it'd probably be Clough. So he feels good about that, and he's worked his way into that role.
Can you address the simple fact that you're 3 points out of a playoff spot?
Well, you're always good for stats that I'm not aware of, so it's. I'm not going there. The schedule, the standings, the wins, the points, all will shake out when it's all said and done. I want our guys to know that we're slowly improving, and we're evaluating based on progress. We're not going into the newspaper or the stat sheet and pointing anything out as far as that goes. We'd like to keep this homestand, going. We'll face 2 very good teams coming up. The great thing about tonight is a win, and this was a break we were reaching for. I think we played 8 games in 14 nights or 16 nights or something like that, 15. That's a lot of hockey considering we were out on the East Coast. So we needed tomorrow for mental rest, physical rest. We'll get back ready to go.
So you want to win the San Jose game first?
Yeah, and I want to win the Ranger game, and then I'd love to win in Boston again. And I'm selfish. I want to win them all.
Todd, do you have an update at all on Yakupov and Pouliot as far as health?
Well, Connor's obviously Connor. Yak is, I don't see Yak playing before Christmas, unfortunately. Now, don't hold me to the fire because it could change. Pouliot's going to be a little while yet. Klink is skating. He's going to take more on. So this is our roster for a little while.
Thank you.
Okay, good night.
What caused a lot of the turnovers that you guys had, which resulted in some outnumbered situations too?
I think pretty much for the first 30 minutes of the game, Edmonton did a great job of putting every puck behind us, putting a lot of pressure on us with their speed, and forced us in a lot of areas by the way they executed with the puck and got in there, and pretty much every opportunity was a result of that.
That's the worst case scenario when you play them, right? You weren't able to deal with that speed at all, like you talked about before the game.
And again, a lot of it has to do with just the way they executed with the puck. Every puck for the first 30 minutes was north and behind our defenseman, and they got in with speed, got in with a forecheck, and forced us in a lot of areas.
Coach, on your power play, you did get one. It was a nice goal, but you did give up three. I think it was 3 2-on-1s, if I'm not mistaken, on your power play. Well, was it the same thing? Just careless passes or bad entries, or what was it?
That was our execution, passing, receiving. All those plays were passing plays that we turned over. We didn't connect on and led to them having 2-on-1s.
You sense this was the most physical somebody played Jack so
far? I don't think so. He had a couple games there early in the season where guys were putting bodies on him, but like I said, they played well and hard tonight. They played well in a lot of areas, and they played hard on Jack.
How was that?
Well, he's getting stitched up. I don't want to say he's fine because he's got a pretty nasty looking cut on his face, but it's getting worked on now.
During your challenge, did you feel pretty confident, or were you just trying to see what would happen?
Yes. They had a guy poking at him from the side of the net 3 or 4 times and affected the goalie, and at that point in time, 22 minutes left in the game, we didn't feel great about the challenge, but wanted to take a stab at it.
Thanks, guys.
Seem to get their legs and take it to you guys a little bit. What happened when they started picking it up on you?
Yeah, we just turned too many pucks over. We were feeding their transition. A lot of times it comes down to making plays, and we didn't make them. Turn-ups, D weren't supporting forward, or the forwards weren't supporting the D well enough. We missed a lot of passes that were easy that we should make, so just a lot of lapses.
And you knew that they were going to play a speed game, and you guys
Yeah.
had a lot too much sloppiness when
Yeah,
they
yeah. One feed a transition team like that, and we did, and that's why we lost.
Was that your roughest game up high? You got high sticked, you got elbowed, and you
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff in the face tonight.
Yeah. Hockey, it's a fast game.
Take me through your goal, if you would, how it came about.
Just puck below their goal line. I think cycle it down to Ginner, and he makes a good play to Gio, and just tried to get to the net and put something on there, and it's good to get rewarded.
You've talked a lot about evolving your game and different things. A backhand goal, that's another thing in your
Yeah.
arsenal you want to use on people.
Yeah, it's good. Scoring goals in the offensive zone off of cycles and things like that. It's something I think I need to work on still, but it's nice to see it's paying off.
What's the frustration level when you beat the goalie like you did from 35 feet, planks off the post, especially at that point?
Yeah, that would have been a nice one. Ties it up there, and I don't know. Yeah, it's part of the game, I guess. You're going to hit posts.
Those are the ones you're going to remember too.
Yeah, you think you make a good shot, and then it hits the post. I think that's part of it.
Did you notice the first, shall we say, respect boos of your career?
Yeah, I heard him.
What'd you think? Were you surprised?
No.
Is it just how you get the shot off quickly? Do you think you surprised the goaltender when you get?
Well, I think I tried to use the D as a screen on that one particularly. The kind of broken play neutral zone D didn't have a great gap, so end of a shift just tried to use him as a screen and shoot the puck, and the posts. I think they hit a couple posts too, so I think it all evens out.
Just making sure you feel okay after the elbow. It seemed like you were dazed for a second.
We were necessarily smart with the puck in the first period. Edmonton can really suck you in to play that run and gun game, and that's not our style. But I think it's a learning point for us. we have to stick to our game plan and manage the puck a lot better.
When you guys challenged the goaltender interference, did he put you into the goaltender, or did you put him into the goaltender?
It happened so quick. I know I was just, trying to lift his stick and move him out of the way, and he was pushing back just as well. So, I'm not sure who hit who, but, we were just trying to box each other out.
Power plays, you guys gave up 3 2-on-1s. You did get one, which was a nice play from you to O'Reilly, but still it seemed like you gave up a lot of outnumbered on your power play.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. I think, we have to, use that, man advantage to the best of our abilities. I think it's, we have to execute and work hard. We can't just be lackadaisical because, we're up by a man. So, we have to be better than that.
How long had you seen Ryan coming out of the corner, or did you go to shoot and then see him out of the corner of your eye and pass it to him?
Carlo made a nice play across, and right when I picked my head up, Ryan was right there. So, you give a player like that that much time, he's probably most likely going to score that goal. So it was good to see.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thanks.